Welcome to Investors Insights, episode number 138. Today we will be discussing Black Friday, Cyber Monday, OPEC, the dollar's stronger. Janet Yellen will speak, and what will she say? ECB and Draghi, will he come through? The list goes on, not to mention jobs reports. All this and more. So you need to stay with us and also give us your opinion. Because if you like what we have to say, let us know it. And at the same time, if you don't like what we have to say, let us know it. Because your opinion matters, we like the debate, and we want you to understand why we're implementing the strategies we are on the portfolios, and especially on your portfolio. So let's get started.
I'm Greg Powell, and this is Investors Insights.
You're listening to Investors Insights with President and CEO Greg Powell and the Portfolio Strategy Team at 5 Plan Partners. 3, 2.
Wow. Christmas list time.
Yes.
We've got a Christmas list.
Yeah, we do.
Although, unfortunately, this could very well be the bad list, not the good list.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Right? Ho, ho, ho. So on that note, Bobby, we had some pretty heated discussion this morning, which I liked. I guess we were all trying to sweat off some of those Thanksgiving Day pounds. But we went back and forth. So talk about the list that we're dealing with today.
Yeah, it's a big week ahead for Wall Street. Obviously, all the news is centered on the Fed. And what is the Fed going to do? They come out and said that they are data dependent. They will be meeting December 15th and 16th. And this week, all the data comes out. And so today we've got the U.S. pending home sales, and so we can get a glimpse into the housing market trends and obviously a possible rate increase. What is that going to do to the housing market that has been so strong?
Sure.
Wednesday, the ADP employment report comes out, and then also Janet Yellen speaks.
Right.
Thursday, the ECB, the European Central Bank, is meeting. The thought is that Draghi and the ECB will put some more stimulus in their economy.
Right.
Obviously, the European nations are kind of flatlining right now in terms of overall economy, GDP being lower. And then Friday is a huge day. OPEC is meeting to talk about their strategy going into next year. Thought is if they don't cut production, the U.S. producers will continue to hurt into 2016. So that's very important.
Okay, so in our discussions here, all right, we've got a 2-year German bond that is yielding minus 0.412%.
Yeah.
Minus. You give them your money, and at the end of it, you get back less.
Yeah. You lose.
Right? You lose. Okay? Everybody out there listening to this, you know, you can come over here to the United States and get that 10-year bond paying 2.22%, correct?
Correct.
2.22. So, and Draghi now is saying, okay, yeah, we're going to put more stimulus out there, which could bring rates even more negative.
Right.
And we got a Fed that's saying we can take these rates up. Now, there's a lot of nervousness out there. Paige, you made some remarks this morning about what are the ramifications of a rate hike.
Oh, sure.
From the standpoint of the markets.
No, happy to help with that. This was the rate hike. This one seems like more people are just kind of whistling past the graveyard, much more worried about it. You know, the data has been, well, are we going to derail the economy with an interest rate increase? There's been more of that post-quantitative easing. The guys and I looked at it, though, and history doesn't bear that out.
Right.
If you go back to 1980s, we've had 5 major group times of raising interest rates. In every case, the economy and the growth thereof has stayed steady or accelerated.
Okay.
Credit has not dried up. Lending has increased. So there seems to be a lot more worry about it than there normally is. The data doesn't suggest it. And it's actually a good thing because the economy is growing. You're trying to keep inflation in line.
Okay, so we could see rates go up here.
Yeah.
Europeans go, wait a second, I get a negative rate in my own country. I'm sending my money over to the good old USA. Is that right?
Money flows to safety.
Okay, all right. So bonds at this point aren't as threatened because the demand could go up substantially.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then from an equity standpoint, still see good U.S. growth.
Oh, yeah.
I would say probably, and based on our strategies, where the impact is, those global countries that can be impacted by currency.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We all in agreement on that?
Yes.
You know, because if the dollar remains strong, which it will, if Europe's having its problems especially, dollar remains strong, your chance of inflation here are less likely.
Yeah. Right.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, and then let's talk about, we're going to be ending this year in about 30 days, which is incredible. At the first of this year, we stated, and so hold our feet to the fire, we stated that, OPEC would continue to flood the market, or Saudi Arabia, and that we could see oil prices go as low as $20 a barrel.
Yeah.
All right, now we're, in the 40s still right now, but there's a lot of talk that we could see that happen. Everybody's still in agreement.
Friday's meeting is very important.
Okay.
We'll have a good idea of looking forward, what's going to happen there.
Well, I know, it's been great to get emails and calls from people who've been watching us that, in some of our vlogs, we talked about the gasoline prices could go down to $1.60, $1.65. And we're starting, depending on what part of the country you're in, we're starting to see that. Yeah. So the consumer has got more money in their pocket at the gas pump. Yeah. If you work for some of these big oil companies, you're not real happy right now.
No.
But in terms of the gasoline prices, the consumer holiday season,
need them spending the difference.
Exactly. Yeah. And they're actually starting to maybe think about that.
Yeah.
So that's a positive in its own demented way.
And so we'll see what happens in terms of what comes out if Black Friday sales were big, and also today, Cyber Monday.
Right.
And so also Friday is a jobs report, the last jobs report before the Fed meets again. So that's extremely important. A lot going on this week.
Yeah, well, and then you've also got just unique situations going on. I mean, Star Wars, for example, coming out. That's supposed to be a big stimulus to the economy. Right. Who would have thought that? Yeah. Another one in terms of the Apple watches. We over the weekend, I think sales were up. Is that correct, Bob?
For iWatch,
for the iWatch. Okay, so it's interesting to track what people are buying for the holiday season and how they're purchasing it. Are they using the internet? Mm-hmm. Are they doing the old-fashioned shopping in stores? Are they going to have to slash those prices even more in terms of inventory in the stores?
Yeah, and the online sales are off to a good start.
Yeah.
And we really need the consumers to get off the sidelines the next few months and be the growth driver.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and then from a geopolitical standpoint, we hit that $30 a barrel. Russia is going to start having economic problems even more so. We're still watching the whole global picture out there as to what's happening. I know a lot of our clients have called in asking about, you're saying oil prices could go lower, but then all of a sudden we have an airstrike somewhere in the Mideast, and that changes dynamics. That can always happen, but we can weather through that storm. Yeah. So we're staying on top of that as we move forward. So on that note, I would like to end by saying, first of all, the year is going to end here shortly. We're going into the holiday season. I also need to let you know that today is Trey Booth's birthday, and he is off today. And we wish him a very happy birthday.
Yes, we do.
And in addition to that, we will be working hard through this end of the year and communicating with you about all the issues that are popping up in regards to the portfolios, and checking off this list we've given you today to let you know where we stand and as we roll into the next year, because we want to have a great holiday season and also a happy 2016. Yeah. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you keep giving us your opinions, which we treasure, and we will continue bringing our opinions and ideas your way. Thanks.
More information at fiplanpartners.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.